1, 2, 3, go. Now, I know you guys are wondering why I decided to go back to working on the small stuff instead of the big stuff. Well, the small stuff, you can make a lot more money, but you gotta hustle. And if you follow along with these upcoming vlogs, whatever you want to call them, I'm gonna show you guys it's actually pretty easy to make money at the dealership, even when you're on flat rate hour. And getting a state inspection license is always a good thing to have, because you will always have a job if you have a state inspection license, if you have a state that requires a state inspection license. And of course, before you pull your vehicle out, if it had an oil change, do yourself a favor, don't piss the customer off, and always reset the maintenance lights. Like that one right there. Reset it. And we're going to do that right now. Right. Go to settings. Now, all vehicles are different. Go down to vehicle here. And let's go to down. We got maintenance info. All right. Reset. All due items. Let's just do that. And there we go. We done resetted it. Now the customers won't be pissed and stuff and think that you didn't do the oil change or any of the maintenance reminders. Here's another thing on how to not make a customer mad. When somebody pays $25,000, $30,000, even $40,000 for a vehicle, they want it clean. So don't get your dirty, nasty, oily fed shoes all over somebody's carpet. Make sure you got that daggone plastic and that mat right there. And then take it with you after you're done. Alrighty, taking all that. A nice pretty white interior. You don't want to mess that up. Alright, we're on to the next customer. Looks like we got a 2011 Honda Civic, and it states it's running rough while driving city speeds. Checking the bias. Guys, if you're a mechanic in the dealership, don't run away from diag issues. I'm sure there's some kind of veteran mechanic in the shop that will help you out. And if they don't help you out, then they're just assholes. And here we go. Old school Civic. All right. Let's fire her up. Alrighty. Check engine lights on. At least that'll point us in some direction when we hook the scanner up. Why did they have to pass the marijuana legalization act in Virginia? Every time I get in a car these days, I get a contact high. God, it's like I'm riding in Cheech and Chong trucks. Another thing on how to not piss a customer off: if you can swing it, don't move the driver's side seat. I've had customers complain about seats being moved when they can very easily just move it back. Always also. I think that sounded pretty damn stupid. But anyways, whatever. Always test drive your customer's car that is complaining about drivability issues. All too often I've seen mechanics just bring it in and then just hook the scanner up to it, Oh, check engine lights on. But guess what? It entails more than that if it's a drivability issue. I mean, you could have wheels falling off and you're never gonna know. You could have a motor mount that's bad. You're never gonna know. I mean, it's just always a good thing to test drive the vehicle and get it up to speed. So far, so good. That's got some acceleration. It's probably something simple. And sitting at a stoplight, I don't see the idle going up, or the RPMs rather. I don't see the RPMs fluctuating, so it obviously idles very well, like it's supposed to. Now, when you're test driving somebody's car, there's a couple things you got to look for. Well, the first thing is see if the car pulls. What you do is keep the wheel straight, let off. See if the vehicle goes left or right. You pretty much, if it pulls, then you, on a front wheel drive car, more than likely it's in the tires, because there's no caster caster adjustment for the alignment. So 9 times out of 10 it's going to be tires if it pulls. The other thing is, when you drive it, you want to listen for any noises. If you hear any kind of roaring noise like this one has, you pretty much got a bad wheel bearing somewhere in there, and I'll show you guys how to diagnose that also. And another thing too, checking the brakes. You're gonna accelerate at least up to about 60 miles an hour, and you're going to hit the brakes. When you hit the brakes, if your wheel shakes violently, them rotors are pretty much warped. And don't resurface them, people. Just get new rotors if you're doing it yourself, which I'm sure I got some videos on the site of me putting rotors on a vehicle. But you can get them resurfaced, but just remember, you're pulling off more material off the rotors, which in return is going to be susceptible to being warped again. But those are the few things that you should do when you're test driving somebody's vehicle. Now, this check engine light that I have, well, yes, I'm sure there's something wrong with that, but I don't think that's the drivability issue. I think the rough is, I can feel it. I can actually feel the rumble and the noise in my foot. So hopefully it's not a bad axle, which is quite possible as well. But listening to the roaring noise, it's either some bad tires or a bad wheel bearing, but I think it's a wheel bearing. We'll see. Now we're gonna go right back to the shop, put it on the lift, and check this suspension, because it's suspension and wheel bearings and tires, like I said. But it's gonna be one of those, I promise you that. Right, get this remote door up. Right, and there we go. What I want to do now is I'll put my hand on the spring up here and spin the tire as fast as I can, but I have to do it with 2 hands. If you feel any vibration in your left hand or whatever hand that you have on the spring, you pretty much got a bad wheel bearing. The wheel bearing flex. All ball joints or tie rods. What we're doing now is we need to check that check engine light, see what's going on with the car's ECU. And what I just picked up was this badass scanner by Launch. This thing does everything, even programs, keys. Shoot, probably power your house, who knows, but we're gonna check this out. I'll probably do a review on this, you know, in another video. But get yourself a good scanner, because this thing will make you money in the long run. I promise you that. All right. Now it's just going through all of its functions. I did a full system health report so I can see all of the sections, all of these things that are messed up. Now, right now, as we speak, everything in green is great, but of course, the stuff that's in red, I have codes. So, yeah. I can even reset that TPMS pressures with this thing. I'm going to see if I can't find a link in the description below on how to pick one of these things up. Now mine's a professional one. Mine was about $3,000, but I'm telling you, it's well worth the price because it can do every single vehicle known to man. And it is Google based, so it's not going to charge you a bunch of money like Snap-on does. Snap-on wanted you to update these scanners every month for like $600 a month. That's ridiculous. But man, launch, you guys are the people. Got a customer for life. All right, now let's go ahead with the first thing and look at the engine issues. Oops. All right, booting up here. Okay, press yes. Let's read the default codes. Oh, righty. Looks like we got a evap leak, and alternator B terminal circuit low. Now, I don't think that these have anything to do with the customer's original complaint, which was the riding rough, you know, in city traffic. But it is something to take a look at. I think I found the problem. I have it up on the lift and I have it in drive, and I don't know if you can see that. Can you see the wheel hopping up and down? I think he's got a bad or bent rim. Look at that. That's unfortunate, but hey, it's an easy fix. Well, he didn't want to do a tire, but that's okay, because I got a repair to do on this Honda CR-V, and let's just go and get started. Putting a brand new intake duct on, because this is causing that P0171, because this is making her fuel system too lean. And I'll show the old one what that looks like. It's a big ass hole in it. Disconnect this mass airflow sensor, unloosen this fan clamp, because we were replacing this right there. Okay, now we just need to pop the clips, pull the air box off, and actually you can see the hole. And gotta get this other little clamp that's on the throttle body. And loosen this one, because if I don't, I cannot get this hose off. Next, this little pain in the butt right here. Alright, here we go. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty screwed up. That caused all kinds of problems, because the air is not going through the mass airflow sensor, which is over here. And then there's your throttle body, so it's sucking air through here first. That's not good. Good intake duct, bad intake duct. Get one hole there and one hole there. That's a piece of crap. And let's plug that mass airflow sensor plug up. Right. Shouldn't have any other problems. Engage ludicrous speed.
Are we cleaning off or what?
Ready? 1, 2.
Jordan, you crashed.
Oh.